Coming to you live from the Genesee Towers studios in snowy and spectacular Flint, Michigan, it's the Tonight Stream with Greggy Hockstetler. Tonight, from the hilarious Uncle to Uncle podcast and president of the Buzzcast Podcasting Network, Franklin is here. And from operas performed in English, French, Italian, German, Czech, and Russian, Ryan is here. And me, I'm Shaq. Now put your bits together for your host, Greggy Hockstetler. Wow. Hey, everybody. Wow. I went to go see The Matrix in IMAX before the episode. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like, wow, I really loved the damn Matrix. It was so big. Like, it was much bigger than it usually is. Like, when you watch the DVD at home, right? And it was awesome. It was like really, really big. And it was loud, you know? And you could see, like, Trinity when she was kicking people, you know? It was awesome. Shaq, buddy, you went and saw this with me, didn't you, Shaq? We had a great time, didn't we, brother? Shaq, no, it's okay. Guys, Shaq kind of messed up. He was trying to look cool like me. Like, I've got, you know, my sunglasses and my leather jacket on, inspired. Oh, and then I've got my, traditional Jay Leno, you know, Canadian tuxedo going here. But yeah, the Matrix had me, I just want to live in the Matrix, you know? I want to do like those folks in Avatar did. But Shaq, he also was trying to get in on it, and he messed up a little bit. Come on, Shaq, come show the people. Okay, Shaq. Yeah, you look okay, buddy. It's all right. I mean, he tried to get the color filter just to make him green. But Shaq, I think you went all the way to the Joker, Shaq.
Well, Greggy, that's okay because the Joker is actually a role model to me. I think he's really good, and I really took a lot of things that he did in that movie to heart, and maybe I might use them someday.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know, but yeah, I hope you do get to. If that's your role model, I hope you get to do just like he did at the end of the movie. Probably with like a talk show host, since you're talking about me. But here, check this out. Even Neo's famed sunglasses could not do what my sunglasses can do, Shaq. This is amazing. Look at this. Wow, look. Shaq, they make dollar signs go up them, Shaq. Isn't that crazy? Hey, can you imagine what it would be like, Shaq, if in the Matrix movie Neo could do this with his glasses? I mean, he probably could with the powers he has by the end of that, because he's the one. Shaq, remember how Neo was the one in Matrix when we watched it earlier, Shaq?
Yeah, Greggy, I remember that very clearly. It was just hours ago, and Bruce Wayne Brady is absolutely right. No spoilers, Greggy. Oh no, wait, I forgot. There's people watching. I gotta get up.
Yeah, Shaq. Shaq's being shy again tonight. I forgot about that. He forgot that people were watching. He's gonna take off, actually. See you, Shaq. He was way too close up to the camera anyway. I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. I guess it could only work for the light thing that he had going. But check this out. The glasses, they can do other stuff too. Some kind of a thing there. I can't really see what it is. Hard as hell to see through these things. It's cool that they do the thing, but yeah, not so good for visibility. But I feel really cool. I feel like I know Kung Fu, you know, right? And then when I go see the new movie, it's going to be like, I still know Kung Fu. Or I remember Kung Fu. What does he say in the trailer? It doesn't matter. We got a lot of show for you tonight, folks. We've got Ryan's going to be coming on. And Ryan is going to be talking all about what it's like to be a professional singer in Canada right now. And then Franklin is going to be on as well a little later in the show. Not to get into spoilers again. But Franklin's going to be on. We're going to be talking all about the Buzzcast Network and all the things that are new and upcoming. So we've got a lot of show. I don't have a lot of time to bullshit. I'm going to take a very quick break. Very quick. This is 2 minutes tops. This one is going to be. We're going to get Ryan in here. And then, we're going to be mixing it up with Ryan very shortly. So just stay tuned through these very brief commercials. And we'll be right back with Ryan. Wow, and we're back. We're back from the break there. It was a little bit of an extended break. I had to take a little bit of time. I was feeling a little, in that old monkey suit. I just wanted to lean back and relax a little bit. Maybe let the stubble grow in. But Ryan, I'm so sorry. I got all relaxed, but you're looking fantastic. You're a damn dime, brother.
Oh, thank you, Greggy. I'm a dedicated watcher and listener of the Tonight Stream. I really love the show that you guys have been putting off here. And so I just wanted to give the show the respect it deserves. I wanted to show up and channeling a little bit of Van Labs in my look today, trying to remain professional. And Van is obviously the epitome of professionalism. So I'm trying to appear as such. And I'm just a huge fan of the Tonight Stream and everything you guys have done here. So thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here. It's great to have you here because Ryan, you are a professional singer. Is that not correct?
Yes, I am now once again a professional singer after 2 years of not being allowed to do that. I'm specifically up here in Canada. It seems like being a singer was illegal for some time. It was written into the public health guidelines, and of course, I agree that singing does spread droplets, and so that's why we have masks and vaccines and such, and so it's nice to kind of get back, not to get too political. I know that those topics are particularly political down in the south of the border there, but certainly we're back at it here after a long 2 years of not being allowed to sing. It's nice to kind of have a career again.
I would imagine so. So is the holiday season, is that a big time for like Christmas carols and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's really quite the time for the professional singer. It's regardless of whether you're a spiritual or kind of more on the secular side of Christmas, there's a lot of work to be had for singers in many major metropolitan centers. There's lots of different opportunities available. There's Christmas concerts at churches, like Advent carol services and that kind of thing. There's the classic Christmas Eve midnight mass, where pretty much every choral singer in the world at that midnight mass is performing the midnight mass absolutely blackout drunk. So that's a lot of fun. That's going to be something to look forward to for sure. I'm looking forward to that. And, as you mentioned off the top, you led with kind of the main thing that we do around this time of year, and that's Christmas caroling. And there's a lot of different opportunities out there for Christmas caroling, too. You could be at the 5 a.m. condo breakfast that is like 3 hours away from your home by transit up in kind of the depth and the darkness of North Toronto, if you want to venture that far. I rarely go there myself, but if someone will pay me to sing at a condo breakfast and give me some terrible pancakes, I'm your man. So give me a call if you own a condo building out there. And you can also work at a whole bunch of other places too, like outside in the cold in a blizzard in front of the drugstore. That's not really, my favorite thing to do. But again, if you need someone to freeze their ass off and sing Jingle Bells 100 times out in front of Shoppers Drug Mart, I'm your man. And another place that we do the singing is, at the mall. Sometimes we'll sing at the mall. So yeah, there's a lot of different opportunities out there.
But I imagine, any mall that could afford bringing in professional Christmas carolers, they must be the nicest, the creme de la creme, I would assume.
You would think that, wouldn't you, Greggy? It would be kind of a logical A to B that if you're going to pay for professional singers to come in and sing, that it must be one of the nicer malls. Like we have a beautiful mall here in downtown Toronto. Yes, I'm from Toronto, by the way. I think I may have mentioned that off the top, but there's a number of different, chatters and adjacent worlds to the Tonight stream, like the Jack AM chat and kind of the Fartzler chat. A lot of different chatters from this part of the world. So shout out to Dick Killjoy, for example, who is a neighbor of mine and soon to be a neighbor of mine. A big hello and welcome to Valerie, who will apparently be moving up here in a few months. So that'll be a lot of fun to have that community kind of grow here. But yes, we do have a number of really nice malls here in Toronto, like the Eaton Centre and Yorkdale Mall and all these great places. And I wasn't certainly singing at any of those places. Nope. I was singing at what I think I accurately described this to my bass singing colleague. I'm a tenor, he's a bass, as a bombed out hellhole of a mall.
Wow.
In far east Toronto, in a land called Scarborough, at the Bridlewood Mall, which is just kind of, I said it earlier. It's not a super pleasant place to be. In our holding room, which seemed to be, this is a bit of a reference for the Canadian heads out there, but it looked like it used to be a Zeller's restaurant. Zeller's used to be a now defunct department store chain, kind of akin to Walmart, but of course Walmart, forced them and many other businesses out, as they do, as is their want.
They love to do that shit.
They love it. They love it. They may even get off on it. I don't even know. I can't speak to that. But
whoa, look at the chat. Absolutely going off for the mention of Zellers. Wow, they love Zellers.
They love it. The Z, that I can't remember the name of the bear, but he had a big Z on him, and they had a little restaurant. And so, in the old kind of 70s strip mall where they have that kind of table and chairs connected to each other, like by an aluminum pole or something. So there were a number of those around, and the floor was absolutely filthy. I didn't want to put my suit bag there. And there was a mysterious bucket of brown liquid that I didn't really get any information on as to what the origin of that brown liquid is. And so, just the glamorous life, living the glamorous life here as an opera singer here in Toronto. They really pulled out all the stops there at the Bridlewood Mall. I really give them a lot of credit for bringing in such talent. I mean, they did have the four professional carolers, and so that was a lot of fun. We were there with our top hats and our green scarves and our red shawls for the ladies who were singing with us today or on Saturday past. So we showed up in our finery and all that, and of course, they had a number of other guests that they had brought to the party. Basically, it was we had I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer made an appearance, and that was really great to meet Rudolph for the first time. Rudolph's awesome. Rudolph's great, but I actually don't think it was the actual Rudolph. You know how sometimes they have like the Elvis impersonator, and it looks like Elvis and sounds like Elvis, but it's not Elvis.
I think it's always like it's like plus or minus 10% every time. Like it's maybe a little bit smaller than what Elvis should be, or a little bit bigger than Elvis should be, but never exactly right.
Right, like they've got the Elvis gut, but it's an Elvis gut that it's maybe like 3 or 4 inches larger than the actual Elvis gut.
If Elvis had lived another 10 years, maybe something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Elvis kind of getting fat and happy instead of, dying on the toilet. So, so in this case, it seemed like it was a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer impersonator, because Rudolph's classic red nose was nowhere to be found. It was an orange nose, in fact.
No.
So I wonder if that was just to get around copyright. I don't know, but
yeah, Ryan, you don't think Rudolph got COVID, do you? Maybe when reindeers get COVID, their nose changes color.
Oh boy! I see what you're trying to do here, Greggy. I'm not getting involved in politics here on this stream. So certainly, perhaps he could have been ill, and that could be certainly something to discuss. But you won't catch me going there on the Tonight stream. Sorry, I'm not going to do it.
Okay. I had to try.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That very political issue for some reason, ostensibly. Anywho, so we did have Rudolph and fake Rudolph, depending on how you want to go. And,
Randolph.
We did have Randolph, the orange-nosed reindeer. Doesn't really quite ring a bell to me. We also had Elsa from Frozen. Elsa made an appearance, and that was pretty cool. And we had a figure skater in a bubble. That was pretty fun.
Wow.
You know, the figure skater was just kind of doing this type of thing. You know, I'm not really a professional figure skater, so I'm just.
Were they actually skating? Like how does that work in a mall?
They had skates on their feet, but they looked very dull. So I wonder if they were just maybe shoes or something. I think it's meant to be kind of like skater in a globe type thing.
I see. Okay. Like they're in a snow globe kind of thing.
Totally, yeah. And if there are any professional skaters, so they please know I'm just doing a gross impersonation of one. I'm
right.
Really professional. So and we had, of course, how could I miss this? Olaf from Frozen as well joined Elsa from the Frozen extended universe, and so got to know Olaf a little bit. And you know, between you and me, Olaf is a bit of an anti-masker, so we didn't have much to talk about because of course I'm vaxxed up and masked up and all the good stuff because I live in Canada. So yeah, it was quite the crew, and then of course you know. The big man himself was there. Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus showed up. Whoa. And they were in good spirits. Really great to see them. They were booked for just those 2 hours from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time here in Toronto. And I know that they had to kind of get out of there, but really great to meet the big man himself.
Awesome. You know, just between you and I, it's just the guys here tonight. Yeah. How is Mrs. Claus looking?
You know, she was looking pretty good. I gotta say, she was looking pretty good. And one thing I will say, you know, we did sing "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" a number of times, and she looked to be pretty into it. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I don't know. I don't want to intrude on their home life. Mr. Claus and Mrs. Claus, they seem to have quite the life together. They've been together for an eternity, of course.
Right.
So I don't want to pry. I don't want to like get involved in like what is going on with their marriage and how they spice it up or keep things spicy after such a long time. But she seemed pretty into it. I'm just saying, you know.
Wow. Yeah, you don't often hear about the reverse cuck. You know, it's always the guys that are into. I guess. If you find a woman that is into you kissing other people's mothers or whatever, you got to hold on to her because that's something special.
Yeah, and you know, maybe Santa just knows where his bread is buttered, or perhaps where his gingerbread cookie is frosted. We'll say.
Okay, that's pretty good. And if my wife is watching, I'm just kidding. You don't need to hold on to that. That sucks. Actually, I don't like it. How were things between Santa and Mrs. Claus? Was there any kind of trouble in paradise or any issues with Santa you noticed while you were having your big performance there?
Yeah, you know, I think they've done this so many times, Greggy. I think they've done the mall appearance so many times that it's just kind of a routine for them. So it looks like they have their pre-show routine. They do spend some time apart. I noticed that Santa was kind of in the back room for most of the time getting ready there. And Mrs. Claus was kind of out with us, just kind of chopping it up and chatting backstage. So yeah, we had some time to just get to know her and didn't really get to know Santa that well. But you know, he's a major figure, a major performer. So he maybe needs some time to kind of center himself and get ready for his big appearance. So certainly, but we had a great time with the Clauses. And so yeah, that's kind of how it all started. On that Saturday at the Bridalwood Mall in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada.
So it sounds like it, you know, start to finish, all went exactly to plan and no issues at all to be had. Wait a second. That look on your face. Oh, no, I may have stumbled onto something here.
You would think that that's a logical A to B, that you would think, okay, yes, everyone is professional. We're all here. We're here to do a job. 2 hours in and out, and then we can all go back to the McDonald's near the entrance to the Bridalwood Mall and have a, you know, up here we have the crispy onion and bacon quarter pounder on special right now. So I would get myself one of those. My usual order is a double quarter pounder with cheese, no pickles. Sorry, I just don't do the texture. I know it's a bit of a controversial opinion, but not much of a texture guy, so I usually go double quarter pounder. Chat, leave me
shut
alone.
the fuck up. Stop
alone,
giving
Chat.
Ryan a hard time about his pickle.
Leave me alone.
He's not liking pickles. It's fine.
I add tons of mayo if that helps. Like, I love mayo. So,
Oh, okay. They're happy
give me a
about that.
break.
They like the mayo.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Dad has ADD, please. Our friend Chuck, I'll shout out Chuck. We love Chuck. Chuck was a guest
absolutely.
on the Tonight stream. How intensive? I hope you're out there too. Big fan. How intensive? Mitch actually came and heard me sing live once.
Awesome.
Like
wow.
Not even just over the internet. He crossed the border into Windsor, Ontario to hear me sing Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. And it turns out that his fraternity brother was the bass, and so it was quite the reunion for those guys. So nice to shout out Mitch here on the stream. But anyways, I've taken you a little bit further afield from your original question, which was about kind of how the gig went. And certainly, we went up and down the strip singing Jingle Bells, Deck the Hall, your typical Christmas fare, White Christmas, Winter Wonderland, I'll Be Home for Christmas, all that kind of stuff. Trying to keep it on the secular side of things in the mall. So certainly just trying to respect that. And with 5 minutes to go, the plan was that we were going to sing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and Santa would make his big appearance for all of 5 minutes there and wave to the kids. We're not having Santa anyone sit on Santa's knee because we take COVID pretty seriously up here in Canada still. Right. So Santa was just in his workshop. 6 feet away from anyone who was there, and trying to keep really safe with that. But as we're walking down towards Santa's workshop, which is just past the McDonald's, by the way, in case you're wondering, if you're at the Bridlewood Mall, you just need to enter through the entrance and turn right by the McDonald's and then walk down. You'll see Santa's workshop out in front of Gene Masters store. So
Gene Masters.
Yeah, it's one of those stores that's in this kind of mall. So, 5 minutes to go, and the plan was to sing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Santa shows up, we sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and we're all eating our Big Macs at 2:05, and we're ready to kind of get out of there. That's not quite what happened. As we were walking down towards Santa's workshop, we see Santa walking rather briskly back towards us. And Santa he had a bit of a concerned look, I will say, behind those classic whiskers of his. And he was moving pretty fast, and he just kind of, sweatily grunted out, "I'll be right back." And, I'm a man who enjoys fast food and enjoys eating, not the best food for me. And so I recognized that look. I knew that Santa had to go potty.
Oh no!
He had to go. He had to go take care of a bathroom incident, I think. So we had 10 seconds before we were in front of those smiling children's faces, and we had to come up with some answer and some way to stall. And so we went through our repertoire. We sang Jingle Bells for maybe the 100th time that day. Rudolph got up and did a dance, and you know what I mean. Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, etc. You know how the song goes. So we kind of. We ginned Rudolph in to get some action, some activity, and 2:05 rolls around and still no Santa Claus. So, we roll into Deck the Hall. We had one patron come up and ask us to sing Away in the Manger, and we thought, okay, well, we like to do requests, even if it's maybe not the most appropriate for the mall. And so we did a verse or two.
Oh, yeah. So sorry for putting the Christ back in Christmas, Ryan. Jesus.
Right. Yeah. This is, I didn't say this to this gentleman, but he seemed very appreciative that we deigned to sing about the Lord and the Lord's Son. So certainly he was very happy with that. And then 2:15 rolls around and we're just about exhausted of all of our secular selections. Not to mention, we're not being paid overtime. This is kind of a contract gig. It's kind of, you're there till the gig is done. So I'm starting to get a little annoyed. And then you just hear from farther down near the McDonald's, you hear, "Merry Christmas." And Santa comes back and he walks by and he says, "Thanks." It was a real Undertaker situation, just a real, Mark Calloway situation. And
I was going to ask, this Santa Claus was not wearing like a black trench coat or anything like that, was he? He didn't have long, stringy hair or anything like that?
No, he wasn't. Although he did kind of, as I was walking away, he kind of said under his breath to me, he said, "Curses, Mr. Brown." And,
no.
So
Oh no.
it sounds like he was dealing with something rather severe. So who hasn't been there? I'm fully on board, and I don't want Santa to have to like change his pants before his next mall engagement. So I'm glad that he took care of business there.
Do you have any like operas coming up? I know you're primarily an opera singer.
Yeah, primarily I'm an opera singer. Yeah, you're right. I've been doing a lot of choir singing, choral singing, and I do love that music. It's a lot of fun for me. I grew up in choirs. In my children's chorus at my school, and then in high school choir, and up through the ranks to the many professional choirs I sing with now. We just on that same day, for just to give you an example, Greggy, I went from that caroling gig from 12 to 2 across town to one of the kind of larger recital halls here in Toronto, and sang with the professional choir that I sing with most regularly here in Toronto. And we had this concert with orchestra, about 500 people there, all masked.
Wow.
And enjoying the show, a lot of holiday tunes.
Before you continue on, though, were you also masked up while you're doing that, or is there enough distance that you feel like it's okay?
There was some distance, and so we're taking things very seriously up here. So we did, all 20 of us who were singing that night, did a rapid test that evening. Just one of those, get in there and dig around a little bit and break it off in the tube. And you work with this stuff daily, so we did we did those rapid tests, and we all came out clear, and we were all able to unmask just for that night, and we're able to kind of deliver a really nice performance for the patrons who were in attendance, who were all wearing masks. And one of the rules of the city of Toronto is if you're going to be in a city of Toronto building like this was, then you need to be fully vaccinated. So we felt rather safe to be doing that.
Yeah, I think so.
And had a great concert. We had a really nice time. But again, I've taken you a little bit further afield from the question, which was, do I have any opera coming up? And it's all good. It's all good. We're just we're chopping it up here on the Tonight stream.
Freeform conversation, this is real. This is real, and it's live as well. That's the other thing you have to remember, is how live it is.
None of this was talked about in advance. I'm shamefully a former improviser, and so I do have that skill set. Please don't hold it against me. I know it's horribly embarrassing to be an improviser, but I do have that skill set. So we're chopping it up here. This is all in real time. This is all happening right now at 11:30 p.m. On the stream here, and definitely
or whatever it is, whatever
time.
It is.
We don't
have to look at the time.
I'm not looking at
Nobody look at the time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the clock right now. I'm just here, fully engaged with my pal Greggy. And so, Greggy, you asked if I did have any opera coming up. I do. I'm doing my first opera contract once again with since the pandemic, with a full orchestra and live and in person. Here in downtown Toronto, I'll be performing in an opera called Orpheus and the Underworld by Jacques Offenbach, which is a piece from the 19th century, the 1800s. And so Offenbach wrote this kind of operetta, this fun little tale of a music teacher named Orpheus and his wife, who don't get along, and his wife falls in love with the shepherd Aristaeus, who we find out is basically the god Pluto, who's the god of Hades in mythology there. And he's the god of hell. So I'm playing Pluto, the god of hell, who takes Eurydice or Eurydice, depending on your pronunciation, if you're in the original Latin or if you're in English like we will be. Who takes her down to hell, and then the opera is an odyssey of Orpheus trying to get her back, going through the 7 layers of hell to try and find her and bring her back, and so that's kind of what the opera is about. And I'm looking forward to taking the stage for the first time, and at that point, it will be a full 2 years without being on stage with an orchestra. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. So you said it's gonna be in English?
Yeah, it's going to be in English. This is a French operetta, but it's typically done in English, and especially now we're in 2021. People are kind of aware of the historical origins of these pieces, but the challenge with any art form that has been around for a while, like opera, is to kind of jazz it up and make it palatable for an English speaking audience. And so we're certainly going to present it in the vernacular English
Cool.
for our patrons, and that will be a lot of fun.
But also
Yeah.
a lot of work. So you got a lot of rehearsing to do between now and then.
Yeah. I just finished my two major kind of concert projects for this year, this past 2 weeks. And so that was the bulk of my regular practice time. And so now my practice time will be shifting to this Orpheus and the Underworld. It's about a 2-hour affair, maybe a little bit longer. And my part is, it's a comprimario. That's a word we use to mean not the lead. But it's just under the lead, so I'm kind of the second lead tenor, for lack of a better term. But so there's some considerable stuff for me to be learning, and there's going to be some dialogue, which is always fun to watch opera singers who are ostensibly trained in acting, but really kind of focus more on the part of things. So so it'll be fun to see how that all works out.
Have you ever done like an opera in another language?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I've done operas in English, of course, which is actually, believe it or not, Greggy, English is the hardest language to sing in. You hear about people talking about English being one of the harder languages to speak. The difference between things that are spelled similarly but sound so completely different. And I've sung in operas in French. I was Prince Charming in Cendrillon, Le Prince Charmant, I guess I will say. I was Rodolfo in La Bohème, which is an Italian opera. I've done German operas. I was Der Geharnischte Mann in Die Zauberflöte by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Mozart to the uncultured, of course. And what else? I've done operas in Russian. I've done operas in Czech. So yeah, a lot of different languages to sing in.
Obviously, I don't expect you to like say yes to this, but do you actually speak any French or Italian or any of these languages that you sung in? How do you learn an opera in a language you don't speak?
Oui, je suis fluent en français. J'ai depuis maternelle, which is kindergarten, j'ai étudié à la français. Ici au Canada, c'est très important de parler en français et en anglais. Basically, if you don't know French, I said it's important in Canada to speak French and English, so I learned it since I was a kid. Parliamo insieme in italiano. Also, I can also speak a little bit of Italian. Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch, aber nicht gut. I speak a little bit of German, but not good. German. So I would say, yeah, if you drop me in Italy, I can get by. And if you drop me in France, I can get by. I'm not super confident in my Russian. I'm not super confident in my Czech to kind of do any more than what I've been taught. And so kind of the way that you learn those languages when you don't speak them is we have this thing called the International Phonetic Alphabet. You can, if you're on the Tonight Stream, you got a second monitor, you can open up Google or Bing or Ask Jeeves, whichever your preferred search engine is, and look up the International Phonetic Alphabet. And it basically, each sound that you could possibly make is assigned a symbol. And so when you read the symbol, you will know what that means. And so to give you an example, there is a symbol that kind of looks like kind of a C, a backwards C that's open, and that's called an open O. It's like an O that's open. And so that's the sound for hot, like hot or cold. So that's kind of how you do it. Each kind of symbol is assigned a sound, and then you go from there.
Wow. So you learn this other written language, and then they transcribe the song into this other language, and then you can sing it because now you can read it and make the sounds in your head, I guess.
Yeah, and some would say that reading music is another language. So there's a lot of linguistics going on. There's a lot of different stuff going on when it comes to a lot of different ways to use your brain when you're singing, for sure, beyond just sounding nice.
Exactly. Now, speaking of using your brain, though, we're going a little long here, Ryan. Unfortunately, I've got to let you go because speaking of using your brain, we've got the big brain chief himself of Buzzcast. Franklin is going to be here, and we're going to be talking about all the brand new and very cool stuff that's coming to Buzzcast in 2022. So I think I've got to take a break and let you go, because when you got the big boss here, you know, you can't share the couch. He's got to have room to really stretch out and, you know, do his thing. Or as he said in the Twitter DM, we have to do his thing. He specifically said that with several A's in there. So I've got to take a quick break. Maybe I'll shave this off, and I'll switch back into the shirt and tie for Franklin. I'm sorry. I mean, this sort of implies that I don't think that you are worth wearing that for. But it was just, honestly, I just could not wear it a second longer. I needed a little break.
No, that's great. I love is that the Adriana, the struggle session, session shirt? Yes, that is. I'm sure Leslie and whoever else hosts that podcast will be very appreciative for the plug there. And yeah, Greggy, we're real life friends. You know, we're pals. We're going to be, we just played our D&D game, Pathfinder game last night. And yeah, so I don't mind stepping aside either. I'll watch from backstage. I know Franklin likes to have kind of the spotlight for himself. And so I just want to watch from backstage. Maybe I'll see if I can find Shaq. I was hoping to maybe meet him, but it looks like he was a bit too shy to come out on stage today. And so that's totally fine. I've watched the show. I know that Shaq can get a little shy around the guests. So I'm just going to go and see if I can find him around here. Maybe I'll find him at Crafty or something.
Yeah, good luck. Shaq, please talk to Ryan. It's not.
Come on.
If you're off stream,
fan.
You can talk. We'll be right back in just a minute. Oh, that's gonna do it. He's gonna be really excited to hear that, because he loves meeting folks that like his TNT work. But we'll be right back with Franklin, everybody. Chat, you stay put. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Wow, we're back. We're back with Franklin. Franklin, welcome to the Tonight stream. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I got to learn a lot about the mall. That is, I mean, you know me. I love a good mall. I mean,
I would imagine so. Right, yeah.
It's got it all. It's got it all. Still does. To this day. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. Oh, wow. The crowd is going wild with applause and clapping here. I don't know if it's for Franklin or if it's for the mall, but...
I think it's for the mall. Okay. Have you ever been to a Lids? Yeah.
I haven't been to a Lids in a minute. It's been a while since I've been to a Lids.
What do you say if you're at a Lids, if you work at them? So like, what team do you like? Or like, what do you say if you're working behind the counter? You're trying to move the merch, right?
Yeah.
You say, what's your team?
Okay, what's your team? I think anything that they gravitate towards, you just say, whoa, that actually looks really cool on you.
Oh, so you don't even keep it team oriented, like, hey,
right?
That Phoenix Suns or Seattle Mariners hat. Okay, hey, that looks good on you.
Right.
Some old Meemaw just wanders in there.
Oh, I know what the issue is here. Here we go. Thank you, Mitch, for the heads up, because I think I've got Franklin fixed now.
Okay. Were they hearing me?
Yeah, they were hearing. Well, they were. There was an echo. That was the issue.
Oh no! My gosh, yeah. Well, I hope that's been resolved here. I'm glad that Mitch pointed that out. Mitch been in negotiations trying to get that big fish for a while to come swim over at the Buzzcast pond.
Yeah, one sec. I've got to fix the sound alerts.
No.
They're way too loud.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Deafening. I don't hear them, but that's what I imagine.
Okay. I think I can now hear you and the sound alerts
Excellent.
at the same time. Okay. Good. So Franklin, you're here. I've been seeing this Buzzcast Network Twitter just going off constantly with all these big changes that are coming to the podcast network. Is there like a rogue agent behind the scenes doing this, or is this all real?
This is all real. A lot of people so far in Buzzcast have been contacted to do ad reads. They are getting compensated. I will not disclose the amount. It's so gauche to talk about money,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh, can we not? That's what I said when I was buying a house. I'm like, okay, you know, all this price talk's kind of bringing things down a little bit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
can we not do this? It's a little gauche to talk about money.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that the Buzzcast network, that's like a family. And you wouldn't be trying to price gouge your mom, you know?
No. No. The Buzzcast, you know, and you know, the ad reads are like a gift from Nana. It doesn't matter the dollar bill that Nana has slid into the card. You know, the question is not so much the dollar bill in the Nana's card, but did you read the nice note that Nana wrote there?
Right.
You know?
Yes. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that, you know, Daddy Franklin is looking out for you, arranging treats for you. And all you have to do is like read a couple of sentences. Like, who cares?
It's some easy money. It's easy money, you know?
Right.
I mean, not to mention the discounts in the Bazizio shop where I got the Bugmani shirt. Hello,
Yes.
Sorry. This is shameless. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do a Drew Barrymore, unlike you requested.
Right, I did. I was begging you in the green room while I was getting dressed as well. That's the fucked up part. I was getting changed in the dressing room with you and just begging you to get, you know.
We were changing. And we were both. But no. This is tasteful.
Okay.
This is a family-oriented podcast network, and this seems like a family-oriented show. You're talking about Rudolph and a fake Rudolph, and I mean, I just can't get that mall out of my mind. I'm sorry.
It sounded like a great mall. I mean, the Santa had a little bit of an issue with something there. Who knows? I don't know. Ryan said that there was like some kind of a brown liquid in a bucket when he came in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Santa thought that was soup or something. I don't know.
So, as Uncle Howard likes to say, that's some of Daddy's medicine.
Right. That could have been it. Yes.
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, yeah, it could be anything.
Mm-hmm. So is Uncle to Uncle in on this ad reading scheme along with everybody else?
We're paid the same amount as anybody else taking part in it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not, not going to deprive myself of money, you know.
Right.
So yeah, we're part of it.
It's only fair.
I got some wolves howling over here. I do apologize, but it's the late hours. Anything goes.
Right. Yeah, that's what happens on a late night show. You know, the dogs are out and barking.
Mm-hmm. Full force.
Yeah.
Full force. Not a care in the world.
This was always a big problem on like Leno and stuff. But they had audio teams to get that out of the sound.
Now I have to say, Leno recorded at 4.
Leno
recorded
sounds
at
pretty
4.
good. I guess I'm more of a Kimmel. I'm more of a Kimmel than a Leno.
Is Kimmel a real is he late? Is he oh man, is he working at 11 for real?
Well, I think at one time the show was live. I don't think it's live anymore, but I think there was a time when it was live. And that's what I'm trying to recreate. Yeah.
Well, you're doing an excellent job. I mean,
well, thank
you.
And
Kimmel's probably working at 1 o'clock. He'd probably be doing this in the morning.
Yeah, if it was Kimmel, he probably would have pre-recorded the guest segments or something. No, thank you.
No, come on.
People would be able to tell.
Look, so I can hold up a newspaper. The Miami Heat beat the Milwaukee Bucks. That's how you know this is live.
That's right. So are there going to be new shows coming to Buzzcast as well, or is it mostly the ads?
There's some new shows. We got Mad Dog Murphy's World of Sports. So kind of in the same vein of a Stephen A. Smith and a lot of these larger than life sports figures talking. You got a bunch of talking heads in there, and everybody's just this larger than life personality talking about. This is the first sports show to the Buzzcast Network. We haven't brought sports in yet. I've tried to sneak wrestling
though, because I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a sporto, you know. I love the sports.
Oh, a
Uh
sport head.
I just worry. It's on this Buzzcast network with all these, you know, these liberal loonies. They're not going to
Yep.
be able to talk what's really going on with the, you know, the sports and stuff that I love.
That's why we also have to go along with Mad Dog Murphy's World of Sport. We have Mad Dog Murphy's World of Sport Unchained, and that's not for the
wow.
lefty loonies. So that one's the
Okay.
one he goes off. That one's the one you could show and you could play at the dinner table. This one, Unchained, it has a red font. That's how you know the difference. That one's the one where, I mean, I'm sorry, but if the lefty loonies, the lefty loonies love professional sports so much. They consume it. They love it. They always have opinions on, you know, on who deserves to be the MVP this year and things of that nature. Well, Mad Dog Murphy,
It's all
we got the
political.
doctor. It's all political, and I think they're gonna like both shows, the regular and the Unchained.
Yeah.
That's where he really, you know, look for the red font. The
Okay.
red font. Okay. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's the big difference. We
that'll
also have
show
the
you.
Mr. Brown Chronicles.
Whoa.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so this is Mr. Brown, just kind of a mysterious figure, has written some memoirs recently about. For those that aren't familiar, Mr. Brown is the person who's been soiling the reputation of Undertaker on the you know, basically by soiling in his pants, and he's now writing about those experiences of shitting in the Undertaker's pants. And each week, a new guest reads these memoirs. So there's not a host per se. Every week there's a new host.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So, you know, and if you want to come on and read a chapter of the memoirs, you're more than welcome to.
My
This
God,
is the first
it would be
open
an
invite.
honor. It would be an
Heck,
honor
yeah.
to do that. Wow. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I would love to. What does
A lot of it
Taker
happens-
think about this? I have to ask.
He's not happy. He's not happy about it. You know, he thinks, I don't know, that somehow the identity can be revealed. I just had this package mailed to me of the memoirs, a big stack like this,
Right.
you know, sent to the offices.
Yeah.
And I think, okay, well, let people read this. So, you know, this is what's fun about this podcast. There's going to be guest readers every week. So it can be anyone. It can be anyone. It could be a Dickie Killjoy. It can be, you know, I don't even know. A Hal Sparks.
Right.
Could be him.
It could be Hal Sparks. Sure.
He's not up. What is he up to? What's he?
Right.
If he says he's busy, he's lying. So he
Like
just doesn't want to
MTV's
do it.
Godfrey. It could be MTV's Godfrey.
It could be.
You know, it could be anybody.
Could be Kurt Loder.
Right.
Yeah.
Kurt Loder himself.
Kurt Loder.
Do we still have Kurt Loder? I thought
we
lost
still
him.
have Kurt Loder. How lucky are we, man? We're so.
God.
I know.
Count blessings. But on the other hand, I mean, next time Taker's complaining to you, though, you could just be like, I mean, this is vindication. If this person is writing these memoirs, this means everybody that's saying you've been, you know, that you just making this up, it's all in your head, Mark. That's all bullshit, and you can tell because this guy wrote a book about it.
You know, it's like R. Kelly. Well, not the good. He did part 2 of Confessions. Not a good man, by the way.
Right.
But
yeah.
But part 2 of My Confessions. That's the song, right? I don't know. I'm not a music guy.
Okay.
Not a good man. Not a good example. I apologize.
Yeah. But plus, you're not a music guy, so you don't even really know that much about the stuff he did. You just kind of heard that it's bad.
I imagine it's pretty bad. It's
probably so.
Pretty bad. Not
yeah,
a good
how
man.
mad everybody is at him, it must be really bad.
It's got to be bad. Oof.
Wow.
But but Mr. Brown, not a good man himself either, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Right. Wow, that's a lot of trouble. No, I shouldn't have said that. Let's see. What else was there? I was gonna ask, what's coming up in Uncle to Uncle? Do you have any idea Like, do you see any big stories on the horizon that you're going to be talking about? Anything that, are you in the lab working on some new premium content for the people?
We are working on trying to solve some mysteries in wrestling. Okay. We're trying to solve some of these great wrestling mysteries that nobody's bothered to solve, but we figure, had they tried going on the internet? Because I think if you go on there, you could pretty much find any answer you need. So we're gonna have a little docu-series of very mini kind of answering the questions, the big mysteries in wrestling. I mean, look, we have Twitter, we got, Google. I feel like those are the big two right there. I figure you could just ask just about anybody. I mean, Alan Alda's on Twitter. I mean, that guy knows a bunch of stuff. He's old.
Yeah. So is that are you going to be like DMing people on Twitter and asking them if they know anything about these mysteries, or?
No, I am not going to be DMing them. I am going to do it up openly on the feed, and to get their attention, it'll be in all caps. It'll be in all caps and say, hey, do you know what happened that night to Bruiser Brody? I know you. I'll say I know you do, because then they'll think, oh shit, he knows I do. Like,
he's on.
I better speak up. He's on to me.
Yeah.
And then I'll also say, tell the truth, pal. I think.
And if they have any kind of sense of honor, they're going to then, because they've been told to. So it just makes sense.
They would be liars otherwise.
Right. I'm sorry for saying that. I should. I'm sorry that you might DM people. It should be out in the open. Really. I just don't have that. I don't have that president mindset, No.
Yeah. You got to have all those transactions. You got to have transparency within an office.
Right.
Okay. I want people to see, like, hey, this is, I'm having, I'm asking Alan Alda, for the scoops. Okay. Anybody let it be out there. Let it be out there that I am talking to whoever. And, you see the work I'm doing. Okay.
Right.
Just to show you that, the work doesn't stop. Okay. DM sound just are shady dealings,
Right. Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, how much right here, right? That the green, how much is, there's shady dealings when you're talking that. And I don't want that, If I'm bringing a major star here, if Hal Sparks wants to come on the Buzzcast network, I'll ask him right there in front of everybody, and I will be outright and say, I mean, I know you're not that busy, with all due respect.
Wow, that's the president mindset in action. Wow, I really feel really good about the way Buzzcast is going. Thanks to your comments tonight. We did have a suggestion in the chat, and maybe this is somebody you could talk to soon. Horse Whisperer says, we need a Sue Costello podcast on Buzzcast. That'd be pretty amazing. That would be pretty cool.
Uncle Howard is obsessed with Sue Costello and Sue TV. I don't mind. I'm fine with it, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that's just a slippery slope to something else.
Right.
That I don't want to open up the notes app and get that apology draft going here. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't want to get the notes app ready.
You could give her, a regular feed and then an Unchained feed too.
Oh, that's the big with the Unchained. I'm not responsible. That red font comes out, Unchained. You get what you get here. Yeah. If it was just regular Sue TV, then I'm accountable. But Unchained, that TV MA rating, that parental advisory on the old music albums. Isn't that like the big? You remember that when people were like would sport that parental advisory logo, like, oh, this is hard,
Yeah,
it was very mall punk. It was very
You
like
remember-
fucking.
You remember how, the opposite of mall punk, the death of mall punk. You remember how Walmart would sell only the edited version of albums? And so you couldn't get the real version. You could only get the version with the swears cut out of it.
I didn't know.
I
I know of like oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that prevalent though, and specifically a Walmart thing.
I think so.
So-
I think it's a big Walmart thing.
Did you buy
but
an album?
I
under the
did. I got
impression-
I got a tape of Busta Rhymes' Extinction Level event. A great tape for sure.
Mhm.
Both sides, just something you can
Yeah.
really bang to in the car.
Yeah.
And my dad, he heard it when it was in the tape deck one time when he got in the car, and he was really mad about it. You could still tell what they're saying. Like, that isn't
my
right. You should not
God.
be.
I mean, well, that's
Yeah.
a no-win. That's a no-win.
Right. Like, what do you want me to do? I've done everything I can. I'm just a kid.
You're just a kid. Like, I got the damn the damn safe for work version, Dad. The hell?
Yeah. But Franklin, I went a little long with Ryan. I really apologize for that. Thank you for
Not a
staying up so late for me here. And I don't want to keep you too late here. So I just want to ask, like, folks can go to like patreon.com/uncle2uncle. They can search for it on their Apple Podcast app. And that goes for any of the Buzzcast podcasts. You could even listen to something like the official The Orville podcast on the Buzzcast network if you wanted to. That would certainly
all
be
there.
possible. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And these Mr. Brown Chronicles that are coming, and the
coming,
new sports,
2022.
the new sports podcast, it's all coming. Is there anything I'm
The new
missing for you?
The new sports / the Unchained version.
Right.
Okay? The red
one you don't.
font. The
Yes,
one I
remember
can't.
the red-
I have no control. I have no control over that. You know what did they say? I don't know. I have no control. You know, that's how I get off the hook with Van. You know, that's my cop out with Van. If the big dog ever starts barking, I'll say, Van, look at the font.
Oh, one
That's it.
final question from the chat. Poojackles asks, when is Buzzcast going to make their own proprietary podcast app?
Oh no. Oh God. Well, we're seeking the best minds before we
Okay.
do any act.
Okay,
We're
perfect.
seeking
But yeah,
the best minds.
but check out the Buzzcast podcast. Check out the Uncle to Uncle podcast, of course. And Franklin, thank you so much for being on the Tonight Stream.
Thank you so much for having me, and always good to talk about the mall. Okay,
Yes.
love
Yep.
it. I love the mall. You know, that's my last plug. The mall. How about that? Go
Yeah.
to the mall and buy a damn lid.
Mhm.
That's
Get
it.
yourself an Annie Ann's, you know?
Get yourself an Annie Ann's, a ball cap, and you're having the day of your life. And get yourself a
Right.
massage. Sit on the massage chair. Oh my God! Look at the
Right.
day you just had. Look at the day you just had. Isn't that better than Twitter?
That's right. Great points all, Franklin. And I got to let you go because I'm really afraid that you're going to fall asleep on me here. We got to get you. And plus, you might have a business meeting after this as well.
No, that's true. I'm business all the time. I got
Okay.
so many meetings.
Okay, so we're going to let
Thank you
Franklin
so
go.
much.
No problem. Bye, everybody. We're not going to get back with Shaq. Like I said, he's shy tonight. So we're just going to go right to the end, and we'll probably raid Dad Has ADD. I think he's on. So stay tuned.
Good
For
choice.
just a minute. Thank you. Okay.